Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. My name is Draygone Llewellyn Fuzzbottom Jr. and these are some of my patrons. Snow Kieran, and a special thanks to my special sponsor, Lit Dragon. When we last left off, we were playing around in the Ravenous Arena, got ourselves a really nice piece of equipment that increases basically all of my stats, and it pretty much made all of my other accessories obsolete, and so I sold them for 100 gold each. Also took the time to get a bunch more of these spotted eggs, and also bought me a white wine. Okay, I meant to buy another white wine, but instead of buying another white wine, I apparently bought another spotted egg. Hold on a sec, I'm going to fix that. By the way, I just want to point this out while I'm thinking about it. Who's shopping today? How about the only person who is here? Would be nice if we didn't have to go through this menu option when I'm alone. Spotted egg. White wine, I mean. Buying another white wine. I had one. I wanted two. There. Now. I hate this shop system. It is so slow. It is clunky. And I hate it. Anyway. Now, I have the inventory that I actually wanted. We're ready to move on. Oh wait, no, actually there isn't. We're not ready to move on. Because, recently I took out the last demon captain, and the person who pointed me in the right direction was Monica. And I kind of figure I should probably go back to Monica and thank her for pointing us in the right direction. Because that allowed us to, kill the last demon captain. Oh. She's not here. Okay. Where is she? Hello, my son. If you're looking for Monica, she's out right now handling church business. Please feel free to make yourself comfortable here. Oh, alright. Well, I guess I'll do that. You know what? We're gonna have to come back to Ravenous later anyway. We'll thank Monica then. For now, though, we still have another optional quest to take care of back in the Ravenous Arena. So let's go ahead and get that started. I'm gonna talk to the one person in here we haven't talked to yet, the Centurion. If you recall, we met the Centurion while fighting the Don't walk away from me. We met the Is this a door? Is this a door? It looks like a door. This totally looks like it's a door, but at the same time it looks like a wall. Kinda looks like a door, but it's using like same texture as out here. Huh. No, that's definitely a door. It doesn't stand out very much. Probably because you're not actually meant to go through it. Well, thanks for pointing that out, Mr. Centurion. Anyway, we met the Centurion while fighting the last demon captain. And I told myself as I was getting this started, gee, that program that I chat in is still open. I should probably close that before I start. Then I forgot. Whatever. Met the demon captain. Never mind. Good to see you here, Akira. Hope you're enjoying the arena. Listen, I was wondering if you could do a job for me. Not right now. Of course, I'm sure you're busy. Maybe later. Okay, it's later. Tell me more. Have you ever heard of a town called Pompei? It's a small settlement out in the desert southwest of here. Or at least it was. Some disaster occurred there. The entire town's been destroyed and no one seems to have survived. Does this involve the demons somehow? We don't know for sure. However, when they investigated, the army discovered a network of tunnels beneath the town. Something had burrowed underneath it. The military is busy with other matters right now, so it'll be a while before they return to the investigation. Really? They're too busy to investigate the annihilation of an entire town? What are they doing? But if we leave this monster alone for too long, then who knows what it will do next? It could attack here. Well, I might be able to kill it, but the fee would be steep. How about this? You kill that monster that attacked Pompei, and I'll teach you the most powerful skill I know. All the money in the world couldn't buy you this skill, so will you do it? I gotta find out. Without money, forget it. Oh, he doesn't have a message for saying no. Kind of a bummer that. This game has a lot of available memory to do extra things, so I'm kind of surprised a message wasn't added. Yeah, by the way, you have a limited amount of memory for the games you create. You can still create a decent-sized game. Like I said, this game has plenty of memory to spare. Of course, just because you have all that memory doesn't mean you need to use it all. But a few extra little bits and flares would be nice. For example, having a battle swirl in front of all bosses. Or, like, when the boss has two forms, have something happen in between. You know, those sort of things. Anyway, sounds interesting. I'm glad to hear that you agree. Take this. Received premium bait. If that doesn't lure our monster out of hiding, I don't know what will. It should still be in Pompei, so you should hurry there. Be careful while crossing the desert. Okie dokie. The monster that destroyed Pompei should still be under the town. Remember, it's southwest of here, in the middle of the deserts. Desert, singular. Good luck. Good luck. Alright. So, we got bait. No, not even bait. It's premium bait. We had bait for the snake earlier in the game. Now we've got premium bait for... well, maybe it's going to be a bigger snake. Alright, just real quick, I'm on my way to Milas and I'll start trekking to Pompei from there, but before I get there, I'm surprised I didn't think of this sooner. Remember how I said that all of these trees out here and back in Sakai, all the trees here in Sakai are 2D sprites facing the camera? I should have done this in the first place. Now it's really obvious. Alright, meet you at Milas. Okay, game, now you're just teasing me. Was really hoping, by the way, that I wouldn't encounter those dang vultures. They have a high evasion, and their attack animation is really slow. Just to fight a few of those vultures took me a few minutes, because I wound up missing them twice. Of course, when you miss them, that means you have to wait for them all to get in their slow attacks, and I don't like fighting them. Anyway, here we are over at Milas, thereabouts. Now from here, we will make our way to Pompei, which is that place over there. No doubt we'll encounter something along the way. Will we encounter something in the desert, or will it be in the grass? It'll be in the desert. Alright, what sort of monsters we got out here? Probably the same monsters we can find everywhere else on this island. Assuming that we actually do encounter anything. Yep, there it is. Would have been funny if I made it all the way without hitting any encounters. Yeah, we got skeletons. Nothing new. But hey, you get to see the battle area of the desert now. Lucky you, I guess. Alright, here we are at Pompei. I was kind of hoping to get a good look inside the place before going into it, and the price to look inside is more skeletons. And of course, I would wind up missing twice in that battle too, and while that doesn't mean waiting forever for them to get off their attacks, that did mean taking needless damage. It's not worth using a healing item right now, though. Hopefully, those 20 points of HP I didn't really need. Oh boy, this place is like sunken in the ground. You can do that, you know. You can't do that in actual towns, but on the world map you can sink buildings and stuff inside the ground. So, that's kind of interesting. Did I even notice that when I played this game originally? Foreboding. Is that thundering supposed to represent the sound of the demon burrowing underneath? I thought he said this town was destroyed. Well, I guess it kind of is. Because some of these houses have their walls torn down, and yet other houses are a little bit more intact. Not really what I would consider destroyed. It's definitely not in any good condition. So let's take a look around, see if we can find anything. As far as I'm aware, there's no treasure chests out here. In fact, I am fairly certain there is no treasure chests out here. I remember checking that the first time I played this game. So we're basically just looking around to see if we can find that demon. Of course, I know where it is. I'm just stalling for time because, I don't know, building up suspense, I guess? Because, like, the demon could be anywhere. But no, it's actually in one very specific place. Inside this one building. Destroyed house? This is like the least destroyed house here. Watch out! Monica? That demon is coming up. It's a tough one. Alright. So, now we know where Monica is. Or now you know where Monica is. I already knew. And it's a giant worm. So it's kind of like a snake. Lamgone. Alright, well, let's take care of it. Oh, you know, it's this music that is playing. You know what that means. So, we used bait to attract the worm. Usually, worms are bait. Oh, and here comes this. Oh, also, by the way, Monica's not dead. I left her dead when she left the team, but she's not dead anymore. That is what I wanted to find out. Alright, cool. So she's got several spotted eggs and white wines of her own. Also a couple of revival elixirs. And I want to say she has lightning. Yep. Oh, and a revive spell. She didn't have that before. She must have leveled up since the last time we met. Alright, what is your attack like? Do we get to find out? Yes. And your attack is not too good. So, might want to focus on using a bunch of magic. Which is why I wanted those white wines. Oh, 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 oh. Did not see that coming. I probably would have seen it coming had I watched my original Let's Play. Not really doing that, though. Okay, good. Her turn came up. So even though her meter, her turn meter went to 0 when she died, it still remembered where it was. Good news for me. Heal. Use one of those... Let's see what your cure spell is capable of right now. Alright. Okay, fissure we can handle. Not very well, but we can handle it. You know what? Just go on heal duty. I wish I had paid attention to how much that fire wave caused. But all I paid attention to was the fact that Monika was kinda dead. Well, this demon's obviously not going to be easy to take down. Kind of think of it, I guess Monika has been here hunting this demon too. Did she have any premium bait? Or was she happen to be investigating this building and all of a sudden here we come waltzing in with that bait and oh, there's that demon! Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. That was a dumb heal. And I'm still doing it. Why am I targeting Monika? Something is confusing me, and I'm not sure what it is. Well, the good news is, when somebody's HP is full and you try to restore their HP, it doesn't let you use the item. It just cancels out of it. Oh, you have magic. Healing magic. Oh, so that is a really long worm, by the way. Alright. Oh. I forgot how long the skill list is, even when you don't have skills. Alright, now Monika can get in some damage. Well, so much for that heal spell. It's retreating underground. What are you doing here anyway? I'm investigating this on the behalf of the church. The demon that wiped out Pompei is very powerful and needs to be killed immediately. Why are you here? Is this one of the 4 demons you're after? Not really. This is a separate job. Besides, I didn't want to see another town be wiped out by this thing. Money isn't the only thing I care about. Since when? Maybe there's more to you than I thought. It's good to have your help. So are you ready to follow that demon underground? Yes, let's go. So, I guess Akira has a little bit of a soft spot. That is worth knowing. Worth noting, even. It must be hiding somewhere down here. Watch out for any traps it might have set. What? Is it an intelligent demon worm? Would be the smartest worm I've ever seen. I actually completely forgot about that. So along the way, gonna have to kind of worry about traps. And I have no idea where they are. Just need to kind of go along and hope I get lucky. The traps that they're talking about, by the way, are kind of like the lava traps in the volcano. You can actually have different kinds of traps. I was planning on bringing that up later on in a certain dungeon. I was going to check up what available traps there were. But I didn't do that yet because I didn't think I'd be encountering any traps yet. But trust me, there are multiple trap types. And I want to say that you can actually choose what those traps are. So, like, you could have those lava traps anywhere you want. That's what I think anyway. It might just be based on location. I'm not actually sure. Alright, so we got the actual boss theme. So now we're actually going to take this down. It also means that quite possibly this is where the fight's going to get a little more difficult. Mind you, it was already a concern before. Okay, what sort of damage are you causing? 57, 70? Monika's magic defense is lower, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because she's the mage. Monika is not quite as fast as Akira, but she seems to have decent speed regardless. I'm trying to look for the telltale sign of her glowing red. Oh wait, I haven't checked her stats. I should totally do that. Remind me to check her stats after this battle. Okay, I was wrong. Her speed is actually not as good as Akira's. It just so happened that at that point, her turn came up close to Akira's. Okay, this is unfortunate. Okay, use a white wine because you need MP. After this fight, I'm also going to want to shift over a few items from her to Akira. Because, unfortunately, she is once again a temporary party member. And when she leaves, she's taking her items with her. Okay, you're going to have to kind of cut that out. There, he cut it out. You know, I never noticed that thing has legs. Can't really tell from the frontal view, but when it's laying down like that, it does have little legs. So it's not necessarily a worm, so much as it is a caterpillar? Which, according to Pokemon, is still a worm. You'll get what I mean later. Dang, he escaped again. Surprise! That wasn't the last form. Phase, whatever. Don't worry, I think we're wearing him down. Alright. Step 1. Heal. And then heal again. And while we're at it, heal. So you got this revive skill now. Let's take a look at your steps. Oh, first off, you're at level 14, so you've definitely gained some levels since you were with Akira back at the tower. So there's your stats. I don't know how they compare to before, but I imagine they're better than they were. Seraphim Staff. Was that a thing you were holding before? Don't know. By the way, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but when you hold triangle, that shows you how many times consumable items can be used. This is convenient when consumable items are in stacks, which, as I've mentioned before, you only get stacks if stacks happen to be if stacks happened to be sold in shops. But there are no stacks for sale in the shops in this game. So you got this revive spell. Don't know how much it revives. Might revive with 1 HP, might revive at half, might revive at full HP. Who knows? Okay, so there's your skill. Anti-bad status. Immune to poison, stop, sudden deet. Again, I want to point out that the descriptions for battle skills are preset by RPG Maker 3's developers. So this is entirely their bad. Let's shift over a few items while I'm thinking about it. She's got more spotted eggs than she needs. Give a couple to Akira. And then he's got room for one more thing. I don't remember if we get anything after the fight, though. So we'll leave it at that. Alright, somewhere around here, I'm certain I'm going to get hit by a trap. Let me go ahead and hug the wall and hope I avoid it. I don't remember what kind of trap it is. Oh, we're at the end of the room. So yay! We avoided the traps. I know I could go back and show them off, but I'd rather keep my health. Tell you what. After we're done here, I'll go into the dungeon editor and check them out. Alright, for real this time. This is the last phase of the fight. Great way to start it, Akira. 60 damage. Man, those spells are kind of painful. Has that thing tried using a regular attack yet? That is not a great healing spell, by the way. But she'll survive another attack at least. As for him, 48. I think he can survive another attack. I think. I want to say yeah. Hopefully. I mean, his fire wave only caused around 50 something, so he should be okay. And yeah, there's a regular attack. 23 HP. Want to heal more than 40. I find it interesting, by the way, that spotted eggs look like Yoshi eggs. It's a shame that you don't get any rideable dinosaurs in RPG Maker 3. RPG Maker 3 does have lizard men, but you can't ride them. And there's that attack. 60, 68. Okay, we're both healing. We are both healing. This is totally why I went ahead and bought all those items for Monica before she left my team earlier, by the way. Because I knew she'd be coming back into a fight later on. Now that I think about it... Never mind. Aha! I was right. This quest does give a level. Job complete. Got him. Finally. That jerk was a pain in the behind. I have to agree with you there. Monica, why don't you just forget about the church and team up with me? That is not a question, that is a demand, and I totally agree with it. I thought you liked working alone. Working alone, huh? Every job I take on these days, I end up working with someone else. Besides, you're useful in a fight, among other things. I'm sorry, I really do appreciate your offer, but I made a commitment. I can't back out of it just like that. I suppose so. Well, I'm afraid I have to be going. I need to report this to the church right away. I hope to see you again, Akira. Stay safe. Yeah, see you later. I am depressed. So this is that house we found the worm in. The hole is gone. You can't actually put a hole in buildings. I don't think RPG Maker 3 even has holes. Alright, well, with that taken care of... Cool that we got a level up. But the real reward is yet to come. Is that a cemetery out there? No, those are just some random rocks. I suppose I could have gone out here when I was taking advantage of that frog glitch. Then again, the camera would have been underground and we wouldn't have been able to get a good look at those anyway. Oh yeah, I just remembered. We never did thank Monica for the help. Question is, will she... Whoa, she's not here. Never mind. She's definitely not going to acknowledge the fact that we got help from her, because she's not there yet. Apparently, she's got other business to attend to. Well, in that case, let's just go ahead and get our reward. Our super duper reward. Yeah, that still doesn't look quite like a door. And that beast won't be attacking any other towns now. Turns out it was a demon after all, and a strong one at that. Good, we can all rest easy. Now, allow me to present you with the most powerful technique that I know, the shockwave. I'll demonstrate it on these dummies. Oh, that's not a very nice thing to call these guys, as I slowly turn my camera towards them. Oh, and suddenly... we're on his team, he's me team something. Also, he means these dummies, apparently. So we're getting a demonstration by actually getting to try it out. I'm a little curious about something, though. Do these dummies actually do anything? Do they, like, have any attacks or anything? Point is, I want to see if I can make Centurion die. It'd be funny if he died during his demonstration against dummies. However, it seems to me that these dummies only defend. What happens if we just attack them? 0 damage? Critical hit and 0 damage. But hey, we finally got to see the effects of a critical hit. That guy is not doing a whole lot right now. I'm surprised he's not falling over, considering he's only got 1 foot. Ooh, double critical hit! There must be such a stat difference that critical hits are easy to land on those guys. However, they got maxed out defense, I'm sure. The only way we're going to be able to end this battle is if we demonstrate Shockwave, which we saw when Centurion joined us against the fire demon back in the volcano. However, what we didn't see with that attack is that it attacks multiple targets. That is awesome. And that takes care of that. Centurion's not back yet from the demonstration, by the way. Might still be on Akira's team. As you can see, you focus all of your strength into the blade and unleash it on your foes. This skill is so strong it can wipe out several enemies at once, but it will weaken you slightly whenever you unleash it in battle, so use it sparingly. Yeah, it doesn't cost MP, it costs HP. Now, you give it a try. Really? Better get healed after this fight. Alright, well, we already know it's not worth trying to attack these or defend, so let's try out these other attacks. Yeah, that is what I expected. They're probably immune to everything except for Shockwave. They probably have like a maxed out magic defense is what's going on. Because skills that use HP don't use the magic stat. They're not magical. Not really sure what to call them. Well, that's my guess what is going on anyway. I don't really know for sure. Maybe that's another thing we can check before the battle's over. Check out the dummies and their stats. Anyway, we gotta use Shockwave. Yeah! That is gonna be a really good attack. It is nice that we're finally getting some real good rewards for doing these optional quests, instead of just money. Akira learned Shockwave! And the Centurion's finally back. Good, looks like you got the hang of it. Hope to see you come back to the arena sometime. Alright, cool! Yeah, our stats weren't restored. Dang it, I already took a trip to the inn. Now I gotta spend more money to heal again. But hey, we got Shockwave! It's good. 15 HP to cause 100 damage on all enemies. That's definitely gonna be good. And Akira's got plenty of HP, so we'll be using it sometimes. Good luck in your arena battles. Like I said, it'll be a while before we actually get to finish up the arena. Now then, before we end this, there were a couple things that I wanted to take care of. Well, one of those things is going to be to sleep at the inn. 60 gold. How much money does Akira have right now? Oh, that's not bad. He'll be getting plenty of more money by the time he gets to the next town. Anyway, like I said, we're going to be going into the editor here momentarily. And then next time, we're going to be finally finishing up the one quest we haven't finished yet. It's a quest that we haven't had, or that we have had. It's a quest that we've had since episode 3 of this Let's Play. And that is the quest to obtain the Demon Ashes for Ivan. We're going to go ahead and bring those Demon Ashes to Ivan next time. But, like I said, for now, we're going to check out the editor, and I'll meet you there. Alright, so here we are in the Monster Party editor, because it is ultimately here where you set enemy stats. By the way, enemies in RG Maker 3, you can set their levels, which ultimately allows them to have various HP. So if you create one enemy, you can say have that enemy appear later on at a higher level. I don't think that's something that this game takes advantage of. Alright, so from the looks of it, they actually don't have much stats to begin with. They just have 10 HP. Which means we actually want to take a look at these guys in the monster editor. This is where you set their base stats. All of these other stats would be like, okay, at level 1 they have 10 magic, and then every level they gain an additional 10 magic. That is basically how that works. So they're set to always perform magic attacks, which is interesting considering they don't have any MP, and do they even have any spells? No, they don't have any spells. So that is why they only defend, because, well, without any magic, what else is there for them to do? So that's interesting. So they're anti-magic. That is what is going on. They don't have the super high magical defense or super high defense. They just completely immune to magic and completely immune to physical attacks, which is why that special attack was able to do anything. Alright, so here we are in the dungeon editor. I think this is the first time I'll be looking at this in this Let's Play. First thing I want to note is they apparently have a graphic set for the world map, but it's not actually placed on the world map. When you create a dungeon though, you actually have to have it on the world map. Just real quick, you want to kind of give a quick look at the various pages of the dungeon editor. You can like set the what kind of dungeon it is, like lava, mine, various options. Lighting is interesting. You can have it like all glowy or bluey or red alert for if you set off an alarm. Kind of interesting. Also interesting is the option to set the height of the ceiling. Cool. A secret door. So typically dungeons only have one entrance. This option right here allows you to set another entrance to place on the world map, which is how the Gaian Islands is handled. Each cave had a secret door, quote-unquote secret door. It doesn't necessarily have to be a secret door, that's just what they called it. You can set monsters and encounter rates based on what floor you're on. By the way, dungeons can be tall. 10 basement levels and 10 upper levels. You could have a 20-floor dungeon if you wanted to. Don't do that. Never do that. Trap settings. So apparently there are 6 different types of traps that you can have. So we got spiked floors, spiked walls, spiked ceiling, hammer traps, arrow traps, and of course lava floor traps. So judging by how this is the only one that is set, that tunnel had lava traps. Take a look at them real quick. So editing dungeons is actually kind of nice. You just draw it out if you want. And then you have different options, I want to say. You have different options somewhere. Oh, I think you press square. Yeah, doorways, that's default. Doors, traps, stairs, crumbling walls, switches. You can have switches, locked doors, and of course the secret door, which would be the alternate exit. Now let's go ahead and... can we zoom in? Where's the zoom in button? There we go. So I never really knew this. This dungeon basically starts in a circle. Oh, and they blocked off the entrance. Since a dungeon has to have an entrance, Tsunami basically blocked it off. So we started here and kind of made our way around, and you can see the different traps that were set along the way. So they're all lava floors. Oh, wait. This dungeon was originally meant to be bigger, because it only goes up to here. This is where the final phase of the worm fight took place. But there was actually more dungeon beyond that. Okay, I'm actually really glad that I came in here now. Ignore this space up here. This is the part that I just drew as an example. Well, that makes me wonder, was anything actually placed in here? Alright, when it comes to like characters and objects, you have to actually go to a different editor to take care of that. So let's go to the layout editor. I showed off the layout editor earlier in this Let's Play, a couple times in fact. When it came to placing buildings in town, I also showed off the thickness of the walls in that tower. So, okay, so here's where the last worm fight was. Is there anything actually beyond there? Does not appear to be the case. But it is definitely interesting to know that this dungeon actually was planned to be bigger. Wow. I just find that really interesting. By the way, there would have been no way of me coming in here using the Frodes, because this optional quest doesn't even come up until after getting through the volcano, and the volcano doesn't open up until after helping the Frodes. So, kind of a thing on that. Let's not exit the layout editor, because that would kind of spoil things, because you would see a list of other dungeons in this game that we haven't visited yet. Instead, down at the bottom of the screen is all of my patrons, and next time we're going to finally bring all of those demon ashes over to Ivan. I'll see you then.